morning, students. Our topic for today is understanding integers. The main objective for today's lesson is to read, write, and use positive and negative integers. When we say integers, these are all of the positive and negative whole numbers. As you can see here, we have the positive and we have the negative. As you move to the left on a number line, the integers decrease in value. But as you move to the right on a number line, the integers increase in value. How to graph integers on a number line? First, you're going to draw a number line, and after that, you're going to graph the integer by drawing a dot at the point that represents the integer. Like for example, I have -6, -2, and +3. So the first step, I need to draw a number line. So this is an example of a number line. So as you can see, at the center is 0, and going to the right are the positive integers, and going to the left are the negative integers. So I'm going to plot -6. -6 is here, so I'm going to use dot. Another is -2, and the other one is +3. Now, let's graph -7, 0, and +5. So, using this number line again, we have -7, 0, and +5. Another example. -4, -1, +1. Using this number line, we have -4 here, -1, and +1. Let's talk about the absolute value. When we say absolute value of a number line, it means it is the distance to 0. Remember, the distance cannot be negative. The absolute value cannot be negative. As you can see here on a number line, the distance is starting from 0. Like for example, I have the absolute value of +5. By the way, if you see these two vertical lines and inside of it is a number, it means it is asking for the absolute value of that given integer. So here, what is the absolute value of 5? The answer is +5. Why? Because when we say absolute value, that is the distance to 0. So let's prove. Where is +5? +5 is here. So what is the distance from 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why the answer is 5. Another example is the absolute value of -5. The answer is also +5. Why? Where is -5 on the number line? This is -5. So what is the distance to 0? From 0, we have, let's wait, I'm going to change the color. From here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the distance is also 5. That's why that is also +5. And 0, obviously, 0, the absolute value of 0 is equivalent to 0. So again, don't be confused. When we say absolute value, it is asking for the distance to 0. Now, let's evaluate this one. Evaluate the absolute value and ask yourself how far is the number from 0. So the first one is -4. So by using this number line, -4 is this one. So what is the distance from 0? We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's why the answer is +4. Next is absolute value of +3. +3 is this. So what is the distance from 0? From here, we have 1, 2, and 3. The distance is 3, that's why the absolute value of positive 3 is 3. Another example is negative 1. Where is your negative 1? This is your negative 1. What is the distance from 0? From 0 to negative 1, that is only 1. That's why the answer is equivalent, 1. And absolute value of positive 6. This is your positive 6. So what is the distance from 0? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's why the absolute value of positive 6 is 6. Let's talk about the opposites. Two numbers that have the same absolute value but different signs are called opposites. Example, we have negative 6 and we have positive 6. These are what we call the opposites because both are 6 units away from 0. If we're going to use the number line, as you can see, this is negative 6, this is positive 6. So, it means negative 6, the opposite of it is positive 6. The positive 6, the opposite of it is negative 6. The same thing, like for example, if you are going to use positive 2, so the opposite is negative 2. The opposite of positive 4 is negative 4, and so on. Now, let's answer this. What is the opposite of negative 10? Of course, obviously, that is positive 10. Negative 35, the opposite is positive 35. Positive 12, the opposite is negative 12. And 100, the opposite is negative 100. That's it. That is how to understand the integers. Thank you so much and have a nice day.